Hi everyone and welcome to NameHero.com. In today's video, I want to talk about comparing us to Bluehost and just showing the differences between NameHero and between Bluehost, and then that way you can come to a conclusion which web host works best for you and your website. I'm also going to show you an example sign up here at NameHero, so if you're curious of how our sign up process works and get your account online, then you can follow along, or if you're watching this video and you don't want to see the comparison, you can use the links below this video if you're on YouTube to skip ahead to that account setup. But first off, I want to kind of talk about the catalyst behind making this video. So my wife, she sells Scentsy. It's a direct sales based company, and they sell wickless candles that burn without a flame. You plug them into your electrical socket and it has a bulb and it burns that. Anyways, in her group, she has a group on Facebook of where other consultants she works alongside, and they all share ideas about how to manage their Scentsy business. Well, the discussion came up about web hosting, and of course, my wife, that kind of sparked her attention because I own NameHero, and that's what I do for a living. So she was reading me some of the responses last night, and it seemed like a lot of the other consultants in the group were considering Bluehost, but they still had some questions about the differences in packages and all that. So I decided I would just go ahead today and film a video comparing NameHero to Bluehost, to kind of showing the different features and kind of explaining everything as thoroughly as possible. So I hope everyone watching this video gets a lot out of this. Okay, so right now I'm on the main page of NameHero, and for the purpose of this video, I'm going to be reviewing our basic web hosting. So on our NameHero site, you can see at the very top we have our web hosting product, our reseller hosting product, and our VPS hosting product, and then our domains. That's our main products here at NameHero. Now, if you're like my wife or her fellow colleagues, you're just looking for web hosting primarily for one website. So that's our main featured product here at NameHero, just our basic web hosting, and it's also featured here in our slider. So you can see we kind of tout freaky fast web hosting because our web hosting, we believe, is amongst some of the fastest in the industry. So you can see here's our basic offering. It starts at $3.29 a month, and you can see the asterisk here denotes this is a special introductory offer, meaning this is for your first billing period. We offer a free domain registration, and that is for the first year, a domain registration or transfer with your hosting package. So if you're looking to buy a domain for your website, yourname.com or whatnot, that comes the first year's registration or transfer is free. So let's say you maybe registered your name at GoDaddy, you can transfer it over to NameHero for free for the first year. If you want to start fresh for the domain, that's completely appropriate. You can get that the first year is free. We have free automatic SSL certificates. If you don't know what SSL means, it's basically a secure certificate on your website. If you look at the top of NameHero here, you can see it says secure up by NameHero.com. So your website will say that as well for free. We offer a free migration service. If you already have your website built, then we will migrate it from your previous host. And maybe you're moving from Bluehost, HostGator, or another competitor. We'll migrate that over. And finally, one of the most important things we have is one-click WordPress installation. The majority of people nowadays that are building their own website, they really like using WordPress. Here at NameHero, I would say 99.9%, almost 100% of our customers use WordPress in some capacity or another. While the majority of them use it to power their full website, some other customers maybe just have a blog set up with it. But WordPress is software, free and open source, that allows you to install it and set up your website in just a matter of minutes. You don't have to be a professional. You just have to have the ability to be able to follow directions. And I have several videos on our blog and our YouTube channel that explain how to build WordPress websites. And I will probably get into making another one before too much longer. So if you're interested in, how do you do the nitty gritty about actually designing the site and setting it up in WordPress, we don't offer that service at NameHero, but I'm going to try to do some more video tutorials on how to walk you through that. So in case, it's your first website ever, that you can kind of follow along and, understand how the process works. But at NameHero, we primarily host WordPress websites, and reason because it is easy to make your own website. I know there's some competitors out there that have website builders, and not all of them are bad. Some of them are good, and it allows you to drag and drop and build your website that way. At NameHero, we're primarily WordPress, like I say, but there is some other companies that have different types of website builders. I just like WordPress personally because of the flexibility that it gives you. With WordPress, you actually have the software on your account, so if if overnight NameHero would go away, which we're not, but we're not going to take your website with us, right? Because it's your own software that you install. If you use a company that has a website builder and they go out of business or sell, then your website could go with it. What I like about WordPress is you can go to any web host in the country of the United States and host with them. So you're not just stuck at NameHero. And as much as we want your business, if you're not happy with us, you're free to move. And so that's the real power of WordPress is, you can move from different hosts. Over the years, if you want to move, we don't want you to, but of course you have that flexibility. It's your website. Okay, so let's, I'm going to click Get Started Now on here. And I want to start off now by going over to Bluehost and kind of looking at their packages, and then we'll kind of flip back and forth here. So here's Bluehost.com, and this is their main site, and you can see they tout their basic hosting. That's their feature product, and they're very well respected throughout the WordPress community, or have been in over the last couple decades. They've been around for quite some time. Unfortunately, from what we've seen on our end as being in the web hosting industry, is the quality has seemed to have slid a little bit at Bluehost since their recent acquisition. They were recently acquired within the last, I think, of 5 or 6 years. And there's some people saying it's not as good as it used to be. I don't want to speak out against them because I don't know. So we'll actually read some of the reviews together on this video after we review their packages. So on the main page of their site, it says the best web hosting starting at $7.99, no, $2.95 a month. Kind of the same thing here as NameHero. That's a special intro offer, 30 days money back. Free domain, they offer that free registration or transfer. I believe it's a transfer. If I click this here, maybe it'll tell us. There's domains as fee is non-refundable. It covers our costs, but ensures you won't lose your name. Regardless of status your hosting service, you're free to manage it, transfer it, any lock requirement periods, simply point it elsewhere. You retain ownership of the domain to end the registration period unless you elect to extend it. So that's their domain policy. They have free site builders. They have a site builder, one-click WordPress install, and 24/7 support. So that's comparing head-to-head with NameHero. Pretty much the same thing. I noticed from our header to their header, our introductory offer is $3.29 a month, where there is $2.95 a month. So let's dig in and take a look. Same as NameHero, click Get Started, and I brought some packages. So now I've got their packages here, and I've got our packages here at NameHero. So let's start with Bluehost here. It says first select your plan, Basic, Plus, or Prime. The smallest package is $2.95 a month. It allows me to host one website. It's got 50 gigabytes of space, unmetered bandwidth, standard performance, free SSL certificates, one included, remember, free domain, 5 park domains, 25 subdomains, 5 email accounts, and 100 megabytes per email account. No marketing offers. Okay, so let's just look how the Plus package compares. So the Plus package has the ability to host unlimited websites. It's got unmetered disk space, unmetered bandwidth, standard performance, the free domain, allows you to have one subdomain or one included domain. So it's like we talked about. Unlimited park domains, unlimited subdomains, unlimited email accounts, unlimited email storage, $200 in marketing offers included, over $24 a year in extras, and spam experts. Okay, so basically it's the same thing as the basic, but it allows unlimited websites, unlimited disk space, and unlimited everything else pretty much. If we go over to Prime, it looks like to me it's the same price. Now, it looks like to me their normal price is $10.99 for the Plus and $14.99 for Prime. So it looks like to me they're trying to get you in at $5.95 a month, and then when it goes to rebill, when it recurs, they're going to get you at a higher rate. So that's how they're making money here, because why would you not just offer this in the Plus? That's how because it's the same price getting started, but then when it renews at a higher rate. Let's see what's different though. Same thing, unlimited, standard, free, one, unlimited, 200 in marketing. And this has domain privacy, site backup pro, and spam experts. So it looks like really they're trying to push everyone into the Prime package because it's got unlimited everything and some marketing offers included, spam experts, domain privacy, and site backup pro. Then they have a Go Pro, which is $13.95 a month. And it looks like the difference here is a dedicated IP. SSL certificate, well, it looks like that might be a little outdated because they're offering SSL certificates for free on these. Domain privacy, they're offering that here. Site Backup Pro. So it looks like to me the Go Pro, the only difference is the dedicated IP address, which you would do for email delivery, email redundancy. So if you plan on having email on your site, then you would probably go with a dedicated IP address for the highest level of email deliverability. So it looks, like these are all pretty much the standard, other than the marketing offers, which are, over $80 a year in extras, over $24 in extras. Let's see if it lists these somewhere. Let's see if I click it, it goes to sign up. It doesn't really show me what the offers are. So with Bluehost, unfortunately, I don't know what I'm getting. It says I'm going to get $200 included in marketing offers, but what's that? And they don't tell us. They don't tell us here. So we just have to go in good faith that we're going to get $200 of something, but we're not sure what. You can't click it. If you click it, it just goes to sign up. Interesting. Oops, I'm going back to the main page. Okay, so the difference here is the $200 in marketing offers, but we don't know what they are, but it comes included. All right, so that's good to know. $24 a year in extras, $80 a year in extras. And again, we don't know what those are. Maybe this here is these features. Okay, that makes sense. So spam experts. So what exactly is spam experts? And they don't give us an explanation or not. I know spam's bad. I don't want it. But what's spam experts? Domain privacy. I don't know what that is. I know what it is, but I'm just saying as a consumer, Site Backup Pro, I'm assuming it backs up my site. So let's just go with the assumption here that their Prime has limited everything, and they allow you to back up your site, and they're going to give you $200 in something, but we're not sure yet what it is, and I'm sure it's somewhere in the print here. These terms are somewhere. Okay. All right, so if we were going to go with the Prime, also the performance is standard. So being from the web hosting industry, I kind of know, I know what that means, but if I'm a regular consumer, I don't know what that means. Standard, right? If I go back to their site, you can see hosting. They've got several different types of hosting. So that's just their shared hosting. But if I want to say, okay, well, maybe I want cloud hosting. I hear all this stuff about the cloud. I want to be on the cloud. What's the cloud? Okay, let's just take a look at it. Oh, so I'm getting a lot more expensive. $6.95 a month. Here's a plan. One website, unlimited. Okay, marketing offers. Here's those marketing offers again. They like them. So this tells us the cloud is bigger and better. Okay. It compares it over GoDaddy and Media Temple. All right, so if I wanted to go up the cloud, here would be my packages. We're jumping up in price, though. Basically the same stuff, same features as the other ones. I don't get it. Same features really as the other ones, just more expensive. So if I want to be on the cloud, then I need to go with one of these. Here's where, to me, it gets a little confusing. So that's the shared we looked at, the cloud, but then we look at WordPress hosting. Let's take a look here. Oh, okay, seems like we're going up and up in price. Well, remember, I want to use WordPress for my site, and their main hosting said I had one-click install, so what's the difference is? We're turning our passion for WordPress into the most amazing managed platform for your WordPress websites ever. So it looks like this is their specialty WordPress hosting. So the first package was, you could have WordPress, but it wasn't optimized for it, I guess. And then you had the cloud, which is faster, but now you've got the cloud WordPress optimized. So if I go down here to look at the packages, I'm jumping up a good bit in price, but here I can have up to 100 million visitors a month. Man, I don't know if I'm going to get that many. That's a lot of visitors. Speaking from experience, I have owned popular sites in the past, and I've had websites that's gotten a lot of traffic, not quite 100 million a month. My biggest site probably is about 250,000 uniques a day, but I know that $19.99 a month would not cover it because 2 gigabytes of RAM is not enough. So anyways, it looks like their WordPress, they tell us how many visitors, but I'm going to ignore that because that seems like fluff. But it gives me storage, backup, and RAM. So now it actually lets me know how much RAM my site can use. So I'll say from my experience running WordPress sites, 4 gigabytes is good if you do have a little bit more of a popular site. 2 gigabytes is good for just getting started. So really out of all their packages here, which is confusing because, right, I was looking at the shared and it says, okay, well, you can allow WordPress. But then I noticed they don't tell me anything about performance. So I go to cloud because, of course, we've heard about the cloud, so I like the cloud. But now I see WordPress hosting. So it's like, which one is it? So I'm just a little confused, and especially consumers, I can only imagine, which one you need. If my wife is looking for a website and she just knows she needs WordPress, well, maybe she just won't go with the cloud because this is probably out of her budget. She probably doesn't want to spend $20 a month on a website. because it's not her primary business. So this would probably be too expensive. And she doesn't understand RAM and backup and all that. She just wants a website. So she would probably go back here to the shared, the cheapie, right? That would probably make the most sense to her. So to me, it looks like Bluehost has 3 different categories of hosting. They've got their basic hosting, they've got their cloud hosting, they've got their WordPress hosting. I believe we can have WordPress on all the platforms, on shared cloud or the WordPress. But it looks like shared has entry level pricing, whereas the other ones are more expensive. And you can see with this, I guess I'm just getting the standard performance. So I don't know what they consider standard, but we're just going to assume that it's just regular, right? Okay, so now let's look at NameHero, and let's look at our packages here. So we try to simplify this, and whether you click web hosting here, we have a basic web hosting page here, and we try to spell this out. Free domain for your first year, cloud hosting for speed, free SSL certificates. So like Bluehost, we're going to give you that free domain for the first year. And that's because the first year it seems overwhelming. You have to have a domain, you have to pay registration, you have to get hosting. So we try to lump that into one cost. And then going forward, if you want to keep it, if you enjoy the product, then you can renew the domain. If not, you can just get rid of it and nothing else needed. At NameHero, we've made all of our hosting as cloud hosting. Because the cloud, we see it at NameHero, that's the future of web hosting. Even if you don't know the first thing about web hosting, know that cloud computing is the wave of the future, okay? Right now I'm in my office and I have an old SATA hard drive that came out of one of my old computers. And the only reason I have it is to get the data off of it, to move it to an SSD drive in the cloud. So using those type of old hard drives is old school. So we don't even offer a traditional web hosting. Everything at NameHero is on the cloud. So let's get on down here. High speed and secure web hosting, try risk-free. So now we have 4 different packages, and we tried to put everything out here. So you can see under each package, you can see about how many visitors you can get a month. The starter, you can get about 10,000 a month, plus 25,000, turbo 50,000, business 100,000. Remember, we are looking at Bluehost, and I don't believe those are accurate numbers under their WordPress. If someone is free on this video, please, if you get 100 million visitors a month, please sign up for this package and tell me how it goes. Or go to the ultimate even. If you get more than 600 million, if you get 1 billion visitors a month, go sign up for a $50 a month package at Bluehost, and please write to me and tell me how it went, because I want to know, literally. I'm not even being sarcastic here. I really would like to know. Because at NameHero, these are based off of nearly 2 decades experience, or 2 decades. I got started in 98, it's 2018. I've been working online for 2 decades. And so we base these visitors off of the average WordPress install, the average amount of plugins, and what we see every day in our support desk. So you can rest assured that these are pretty accurate estimates. For my wife and her Scentsy business, she's probably going to get under 10,000 visitors a month. She's probably only going to reach, maybe 100 visitors in one day would be really good, right? So this is probably on my eyeball. So you can see normally it's $5.99 a month. Right now with our Winter Hero package, it's $3.29 a month. So it's a little bit more than the Bluehost shared hosting. Let's get into why. So we're going to tell you just exactly what you're going to get. I believe in transparency at NameHero, so you know. Hosting for one website. So this works good in the case of my wife. She has one website that she can host. A free domain. You can hover over here, and it says free first year domain registration fee included with the hosting package. Renews at regular price. Okay, so that's good to know. Unlimited SSD storage. If I hover over here, I can see 100,000, 250,000 inode limit. Well, what the heck's that? Okay, so at NameHero, we don't limit you on your storage. You can upload as many or as big of files as you need, but we limit based on the inodes. And in plain English, that's the number of files that you can have. So if you have more than 100,000 files, you're going to be approaching the limit, but 250,000 is the limit. So you can't have any more than 250,000 files with the starter cloud. The average WordPress install only has like 1,000 files. Let's just say 5,000 to be safe. It's got way less than that. But let's just say 5,000. So these limits, you're probably not going to run into that for a long, long, long time, unless you just have tons of pages and images and files and all that. So you're probably good with storage. Unmetered bandwidth, like Bluehost, we don't meter bandwidth. It's 2018. Bandwidth is cheap. You will run out of RAM or a CPU before you run out of bandwidth. So we're not going to even worry about that. 1 CPU core. This is the processing power of the package. And if you know nothing about websites, that's no big deal. But think about your computer. Your computer has a CPU in it. That's what powers it. So this gives your website the speed. So if you're not, and this is what which actually gives you the power to serve these visitors. So if you know nothing about CPU and RAM, just look at the number of visitors, okay? So 1 CPU core, 1 gigabyte of RAM, that's good for about 10,000 visitors a month. If you have more than that, then you probably need to go up a step. So just look at CPU and RAM in terms of monthly visitors, and they kind of coincide, and you can see the more RAM, the more CPU, the more power, the more visitors you can have. The good thing at NameHero is we're on the cloud. So if you can start at the starter, and if you need more, if you say, you know what, my site could be a little faster, go to Plus. Then you go to Turbo, then go to Business. And you can do this all in our interface automatically. So you can upgrade at any time. So this is, for my wife especially, this is good. This is within her budget. This lets her get started. If she starts getting more than 10,000 visitors a month, which of course we hope she does and grows her business, she could go to the Plus. She could go to the Turbo or the Business. Okay, free SSL, that's those secure certificates. Nowadays in 2018, that's really a requirement. Google has said themselves that if the website doesn't have an SSL certificate, that they are going to show them lower in the search results. So of course, my wife wants her site to be in Google search results and as high as possible, so she wants an SSL certificate. Okay, we have free SSD RAID 10. Well, if you know nothing about computers, that is solid state drives, and all new computers, or most all new computers, have these. And this is, if you've noticed your computer in 2018, if you remember your old computer in 98, you notice your computer nowadays in 2018 is a lot faster. Well, that's because SSDs, solid state drives, are the new thing. That's why they're so much faster. And that's a big difference between us and Bluehost is I didn't see anything about SSD drives. They're probably using old SATA drives because it's a lot cheaper for the web host to order a bunch of SATA drives than SSDs. They're about double, if not triple the price. So that's why we use them, is because they're really redundant and fast. And RAID 10, it protects your data. So kind of look at that like a mirror going back up. So if you don't know anything about computers, know that's the fastest technology. Free Lightspeed Cache. Lightspeed Cache is a plugin that you can add to WordPress to make your site load Lightspeed fast. It works with the Lightspeed web server, so if you're not a techie guru, just know you have a piece of software you can add to WordPress to make it faster. Free Cloudflare with Railgun. It's the same thing as, not the same thing, but it's a content delivery network. It speeds up the images on your site. So if you have a WordPress website, you're like my wife, you're going to start a blog about Scentsy or a website about Scentsy, and you probably have images showing your warmers and your inventory or whatnot, or what you're allowed to show. I'm not sure what their compliance is. But this helps those images load faster. So in simple, plain put English, Cloudflare with Railgun helps your images load faster. I did not see this on Bluehost. I do not believe they offer Cloudflare and the Railgun with their packages. You can go to cloudflare.com and sign up for this alone, but this product alone would be up to $200 a month just for this. We've partnered with them at NameHero to offer it for free. Unlimited park domains. This is if you want to add a domain later on to your hosting package and park it, meaning that you're not going to use it. Just maybe you have 5 domains, 5 .coms that all go to the same site, then you can park them. Unlimited subdomains. This means like if you want to have like display.yourname.com, a subdomain, or customers.yourdomain.com, you can have unlimited those. Unlimited email accounts. So you have as many email accounts you want. And you can hover over this. You have these other features. Lightspeed web server. If you don't know anything about computers and web hosting, that's a much faster web server. Bluehost, they use what's called Apache web server. Lightspeed's a lot faster than Apache. So that's why we kind of highlight that. Makes us different. It's just faster hosting. Same with SSD RAID 10. It's faster. Maria database, that's required to run WordPress. To run WordPress, you have to have a MySQL database. So Maria is the same as MySQL, but a lot faster. So these are just pieces that make your site load extra quick. And if you're like my wife, she probably doesn't care how fast her site is. She just knows she needs one. However, if we look at Google, Google places preference to websites that are fast because the evolution of mobile devices and phones, they don't want to put websites that are slow high up in their search results. So in basic terms here, if you want your website to show high in Google, and this isn't the only factor, but it's got to be fast. Like that's the prerequisite to being high in Google is having a fast website. If your website's not fast, forget about Google. And who doesn't want to be listed there? So that's kind of why we add all these features in to make your website so fast. We want you to show up high in the search results. We offer daily backups, 99.9% uptime, and 24/7, 365 support. It's all offered at NameHero. So that's kind of our basic package, and then each package kind of goes up from there based on how much visitors you need. So, if you need more visitors, you can climb up to any one of these at any time, and also how many websites you need to host. I would say our most popular package is probably the Plus Cloud because it allows you to host up to 6 websites, and it's got one free domain still. So it just gives you flexibility if you say, well, I'm starting this website, but if I want to have another, I just want to have a little flexibility than just having one. Because I know if I buy this one package, one is as far as I can go, but maybe I want to start one website for my Cincy business. Maybe I want to blog on another website. So it just gives you more room to have more websites, and plus a little bit more visitor quota. So the Plus Cloud is the most popular. Those with a little bit more popular websites. So my brother, identical twin, used to own a really popular pro wrestling site. Now he got a lot more than 100,000 visitors a month, so he went to our VPS line. But if he was going to look at starting a new site, like a new wrestling site, then he would probably want something, in this range here if he was starting a new site, because these wouldn't even begin to handle them. So if you have a website that's, either has the potential to become really popular, or if you're, you're already getting about 1,000 people a day, then you kind of want to start on this end of the spectrum. If you're like my wife and you're just looking to host that Cincy website, then either one of these are a good selection. Okay, so now we've kind of went over the packages. Now, so at NameHero, we're different than Bluehost, is we take all 3 of their offerings, their shared, their cloud, and their WordPress, and we lump it into one. So we don't want to, because you don't know, right? A lot of people just don't understand the difference. So we just, instead of having a different product for each package, we just have it all lumped together. It's all cloud hosting, it's all basic web hosting, and it all is optimized for WordPress. Even if you want this page to say WordPress, you can scroll down here and you can click on WordPress hosting, and this is our branded page. It's the same package, but this just says WordPress hosting, and that might give you a bigger peace of mind. But all of our hosting packages, our basic hosting packages, are the same. Everything, it's all cloud. It's all optimized for WordPress. We give you the number of visitors, and so we try to save you there from that confusion. Also different from Bluehost is we offer the Lightspeed and the SSD drives, so it's faster. I mean, just simply put, our hosting is going to be faster than Bluehost. Now, their cloud hosting, it probably has some benefits. That's probably why it's more expensive. But at NameHero, you're going to get the cloud. You're going to get all these features, safer, faster, simpler, bigger. You're going to have all of that, all of those features as well. So it's going to be faster hosting. So that's the main difference there. The SSD RAID 10 and Lightspeed cache. I don't believe Bluehost offers Lightspeed. So if you're kind of considering Bluehost, maybe you want to reach out to their team and say, hey, just curious, do you offer Lightspeed? Lightspeed is just a lot faster too. So it's just faster hosting lumped into one. So that's the difference amongst the packages. We try to put everything in one. We try to make it very straightforward and not having 3 different levels. So before we go any further, and as a main topic that came up in my wife's Facebook group was the reviews. Because before people purchase, nowadays in 2018, they want to review everything. I personally, before I go out to eat at a place, I Google it on my phone real quick to see if it's good or bad based on reviews. And so reviews can be a little deceptive sometimes. So let's go over to Google, and I've typed in Bluehost reviews. And you can notice 2017, people want updated. Bluehost reviews Reddit because they want other people. 2016, and compared to GoDaddy. So people are, typing that in the box. Well, so we can see right at the bat, Bluehost has an ad, so that's not going to be a review. There's some other ads. Web hosting reviews compare the top 15 providers. This isn't ads. This is sponsored. So we want to overlook that because people pay to have these here, right? Bluehost pays. They pay to have this here. So these can be manipulated. Uptime.ws, that can be manipulated. Anything that says ad by it, we don't want to look at it because that can be manipulated. Bluehost review 2018, 7 things they don't tell you with screenshots. So we can go over here and we can look at this review. Hosting manual, okay, Bluehost review. Bluehost is a web hosting company founded by Matt Heaton and Danny Ashworth in Provo, Utah. They have staff of 750 working around the clock. Number 1 hosting by WordPress.org. Feature 1 click on our plans. Our rating, excellent. Okay. Or what's this based on? So they've got the packages here. So one name. Bluehost is probably the top along with HostGator and A2 hosting. You got started in 96. behind the scene effort. Here's what the dashboard looks like. So they kind of break it down, all the review. But one thing that I'm curious is Bluehost paying them. Ooh, are they? I don't know. So here's how we can find this out. I've rated Bluehost 5 out of 5. Bluehost is the top 5 review site. Here's an exclusive deal and everything. That looks good, right? Look at the bottom here. It says affiliate. So let's click it. As per mandates from the FTC, Federal Trade Commission, guides concerning the use of endorsements, testimonials, and advertising. Possible compensatory affiliation with hosting may not need testimonials or endorsements found on the site. Oh, so they are now disclosing that they are an affiliate in the form of commissions paid on sales resulting from referrals from those testimonials that might lead some readers to believe that the reviews of the pages hosting pages might be biased. Are the best of our knowledge the true statements and beliefs and the endorsements being claimed? Okay, so simply put, they're getting paid for this review. So they are paid to say Bluehost is 5 out of 5. So this isn't a good review, right? They're paid to do it. If someone's paying you to do something, you're not gonna say it's 1 out of 5 if they're paying you. So we can't look at that. So let's go on down here. Ooh, Bluehost and OK hosting for bloggers and small businesses. Hostingfacts.com. Okay, rating 3.4 out of 10, 148 votes. Let's take a look. So this looks like a more objective page. Bluehost review. OK for bloggers and small businesses. Pro forma data 37 months. Okay, so they've got a review here. Pros, strong uptime, the uptime reports, blah, 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 a lot of stuff. Okay, customer support, migrations. Okay, and you can see the user reviews, 10 for 10. Plus doing a good job. This is 2016. Here's 2018, 9 for 10. Okay, so these reviews look pretty good. 85 for 100. It looks pretty good too. 10 for 100, stay away. Tech support answers phone quickly, but is trained to blame your code or outage. Okay. So now we're getting some real user reviews, and some of these look pretty good. 100 for 100, 100 for 100, love you Bluehost. 1 for 10. What a mess. Bluehost after charging $250 a year for service, $150 to migrate the site. Okay, migrations, there's some things. So we can kind of keep going through here. Eddie and VPS incompetent, rude, dishonest. That's not good. 50 for 100 for basic users only. And you can go through and read these on your own. I just want to help you find which reviews are legitimate and not. Okay, so there's a lot of reviews here. I mean, you can go through and read them all. You can see there's some good, some bad, a lot of really bad, there's a lot of really good, okay? Earnings per disclosure. In order to get the cheapest price possible, we've earned a commission. So they're getting paid too on this page. So they've got a lot of reviews, and while some of them look like they're legitimate, they're also getting paid. It kind of debunks it, right? So let's just keep on going down the list here. So you can see there's some other sites here, like Hosting Manual, Bluehost Review. Are they getting paid? Oh, we've been there. They're paid. Okay, so let's go down here and look at Host Advice. So if we go to Host Advice, you can see they've got 27 down, 19 up. So Host Advice, this is a good site because they might be getting paid too. But you can see they offer some reviews and they say verified. I'm not sure, but you can read the reviews on this site. These reviews aren't too hot. Not too good. Okay, so we're getting a little bit more. So we can go down here. I'm Web Hosting Geeks. Let's take a look at web hosting. The geeks say at web hosting. Ooh, okay, so about 2.5 stars. This I got a live chat. This shows the number of domains hosted, so you can kind of look at the growth of Bluehost. Kind of look, man, good gosh, they're really up on the year, aren't they? So we can go down here to try to find reviews. Here's reviews. So now you can read through here what people are saying. Don't go with Bluehost, incompetent tech support. These are verified too, so they've got a flag by them. Mediocre hosting. They don't give you all your money back. Absolutely horrific. Poorly trained staff. One roadblock after another. I think I'm done here. Crappy service and crappy staff. Worst technical support ever. Stay away. So the reviews on this site aren't too good. But it's up to you to do your own research because I'm a competitor of Bluehost, so I don't want to make your decision for you. I just want you to make sure you go through these and find non-biased reviews. Pay really close attention to who's doing the review and if they're being compensated or not. So regardless of what you look at, really dig deep and look for the real reviews, okay? That's just what I recommend doing. Look at multiple sites, read multiple reviews, kind of see where they are. There's another website out there that I'm a fan of, and this is good for really big companies. So it's called Glassdoor, And if I click on company reviews and type in Bluehost, we can see how the employees rate the company, what the people that actually work there think about their position. And we can see this green dots, an engaged employer, means that Bluehost management's on Glassdoor too. I feel like that the employees will give us a big temperature as to what goes on in the organization. Now, at the beginning of my video, I mentioned that Bluehost was acquired by Endurance International Group, and they own a lot of web hosts. They own HostGator. They own a lot of the big name web hosts. So they also own Bluehost. So they're probably behind GoDaddy, one of the largest web hosting companies in the world. So let's take a look at what the employees say. So we can go to Glassdoor and just click on these reviews. And there's 171 because remember we read earlier they have like 750 employees. So there's a lot, and it says your trusts are top concerns. The companies can't alter or remove reviews. So pros, good pay, good training, good management for the most part. Soda machines, great people, light atmosphere, lead to opportunity. Customer to front line agent to upper management communication was non-existent. Very busy call center at the first of the year. Hey, I can tell you, owning a web hosting company, January is the biggest month of the year because people want to switch their hosting at the first of the year. So I understand a busy call center. So let's look. Developer. This person was a developer there. They liked it. They didn't have any cons at all. It was great. Could have been better. Could have been worse. Cons, not a lot of training. The sales incentives were more important than that. Technical support. Okay, so it shows that the employees are pushed more on sales incentives. Advice to management. Focus on your customers and train your employees. Sales and company growth are not as important as customers and employees you're losing. Ooh. It's good until EIG corporate messed it up. Enjoyed most of the calls. Love my job. Fun to have sales in all day long. Sales coming in all day long. Cons. Company really went downhill with the EIG takeover. Pay got cut, and they eventually shipped everyone off to Temple, Arizona. EIG read this. There's a decent opportunity to see, evaluate, and solve issues in our server. Cons. Sabotaging security of their own servers so that their partner SiteLock can get more money. How hard would it be to run Clan Scam? We run this at Clam AV. Clam Scanner. It's an antivirus scanner. We run this every night at NameHero. How hard would it be to push it on new sites? Push new sites to PHP 7. PHP is the most recent version of PHP, and it is most secure and fast. We have that at NameHero. Your partnership with SiteLock is driving customers away. You need to reevaluate that partnership. Okay, senior web advisor. Benefits were good. Pay was above average for the type of work. There was room for growth and the opportunity to learn. Customer to frontline agent to upper line management was non-existent. Upper management did not listen to improvement recommendations from frontline agents who would give recommendations based on common complaints received from customers. This created a lack of trust between the upper echelons of management and the frontline agents. The end result was the closing of the Utah call center and everything moving to Arizona due to a complete disconnect and too much interference from EIG, Bluehost parents company. Okay, so I'm not going to read all these. You can go through and read these as well, but I just feel like reading about what the employees say. So I look at what the customers say, I look at what the employees say, and then I can make my decision on if it's for me or if it's not for me, right? Because if people are like their job, then they can go in there. So let's go look at NameHeroes. Now, I have to give you a disclaimer. We're not as big as Bluehost, right? You know, we got started in 2015. We're 3 years old. Bluehost has been around since the late 90s, since 96. So they're a good bit older than us. So they have us beat there, right? So type in NameHero reviews in Google, and you're going to get a page that looks like this. Once again, an ad. This is our own ad, so these can be manipulated. Host advice. Take a look. Okay, so you can see on host advice, we've got 2 negative, 21 positive. So we don't have near the volume of Bluehost. I'm getting my live chat agent again. But you can see what some of the users are saying. This person says, best host, company has great service support in the industry. I love this host, can't wait to grow this company. Best web hosting company. NameHero is the best host I've used. Their quick response time. Wildly impressed. So again, I'm not going to go and read all these. But you feel free. This one has a speed test on their site. That's what their speed test. Load time in 1 second, 92%, faster than 87% websites. So, you know, again, we taught at NameHero speed, and this is one of our customers that's showing that. I'm going down here, NameHero, you're my hero. Again, I don't want to toot our own horn. You're free to review this. I do want to talk about the bad reviews. We have one, site hacking out of control. Ooh, that's not good. What happened? Paid $85 for the special unlimited hosting 90 days ago. Shortly after the 30 days ended, email stopped working and my domains began getting hacked weekly. cPanel operates okay, especially for the hackers who had tons of new directories. It occurs weekly within a few days of new passwords. NameHero.com staff have no clue why the email stops working, how the heck staff muted the problem. Ew. Well, obviously, this person's not too happy with us. Published on October 5th, 2017. Well, I can say I know this person still has a package with us, so maybe it was a bad day. I actually am familiar with this situation, and I believe it was sorted out. I believe it's a misunderstanding between the user. And I can say that this user is still a happy customer at NameHero. Wasn't too happy this day. Oh, look, here's me. Posting a public complaint drew attention of NameHero CEO Ryan. That's me. Not only was I contacted, but adjustments were made to the hosting account to provide greater security and functionality. The hacking was so severe I was unable to do business. The changes made were no charge. If problems were effectively dealt with, I'd be in heaven. And NameHero promoter. It's been difficult to find an honest, secure hosting company, and I hope it's NameHero. It's early to say. Okay, well, she was happy. It's January, so November, December, it's 3 months later. I haven't heard much out of old Gil. So I believe the issue was resolved. Let's go on down here. Sure, there's another objective one, right? Go down here. Not 24/7 is advertised. Oh, no. I called 4 times now, got someone online. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, this person wasn't happy either. I replied. You can go through my replies. I am happy to report that our buddy Frank is still a happy NameHero customer. Almost a year later than posting this. He still works with us at NameHero. Sad addresses it too. And again, I don't want to toot our own horn. I'm the CEO and I pay attention to all these reviews. I listen to what the customers are saying. Let's go on back here. So that's host advice. Who's hosting this? You can check that out. We have 11 reviews on this site. So you can see what people are saying. And again, you can go read through these. I'm not going to spend too much time going through all of these. But these are true customers. Come down here, NameHero reviews. This is our own site, so I'm not going to go there yet. Trustpilot's a good site to look at because they vet all these. And this is a 5-star. It says, tired of the typical, more known companies. Let's click it. Tired of the typical, others more known. But wow, NameHero's customer service so good and nice too. Yeah, full. So just this person's highlighting some of our features and says, yeah, they're not as known, but it working really good for me. Trustpilot's really good. So if we type in Bluehost, we can kind of look at theirs too. The good thing about Trustpilot is they don't let anyone manipulate it. Ooh. So we can see Trustpilot and Bluehost. Ooh, there's a Bluehost ad. Doesn't look like they're getting anywhere of Trustpilot. People are not too happy. One. Okay. Well, there's some happy. He's happy. I am Rakesh. Great company. Great product. Okay, good. All right. So again, do your research. That's all I'm saying on all these. Do your research. Income Bully. This person's written a review. Let's see what Income Bully has to say. Awesome. Bluehost and HostGator Alternative, NameHero hosting review. Okay, so you can see this was written about 2 years ago, February 24th, and they disclose, before I get started this post, I'm going to go ahead and disclose I am an affiliate for NameHero. I'm also an affiliate for HostGator, Bluehost, Arvixi, Contabo, and other companies. Okay, so you can read what they have to say about NameHero here. And I won't go all through that. It's a paid review, so you might debunk that as well. Okay, this is my favorite reviews for NameHero. Shopper approved. Click it. This is an independent company, shopperapproved.com, and we've partnered with them to get non-biased reviews, meaning they actually collect these from current customers. So they vet the review that comes in to make sure it's an actual customer that's reviewing the service. So this is what we actively use throughout the NameHero website to get non-biased reviews. And you can see at the right here, they verified all these customers by matching the order number in our database. They have no access to anything personal, just an order number to match that with a star rating, just to show that we do what we say we're going to do, right? So here's what people are saying. These are real-time verified. I cannot alter these. If someone makes a bad review, there's a bad review. Click See More Reviews. And you can see there's a lot of them here, so you can go through and read through them. But again, these cannot be manipulated. They're on a third-party service. If I have no access to this page, So this is what we do to kind of show that confidence. I get it. We're not near as big as Bluehost, okay? So we're not going to have maybe the volume that they have of reviews. So all we can do is try to put out, what we're doing and show from a third party. So that's what we try to do here, Shopper Approved. So in short, do your research, and you might decide on Bluehost. That's fine. But the purpose of my video here is to give you alternatives and to kind of let you know what to look for. So just comparing and contrasting Bluehost between NameHero, and that's who we're comparing today. First, we start out by the features. Bluehost has 3 different packages. They have a basic, a cloud, a WordPress optimized. At NameHero, we kind of lump it all into one. We have a basic hosting. It's all cloud. It's all WordPress optimized. We also specify the visits. And in that way that you can choose your package and kind of go on from there. Much like Bluehost, we also have the free domain that comes along with it. So, that's what it looks like if we compare the packages side by side. Let's do a sample sign up really quick so you can see how the process works, how to sign up, and I can explain that exact process. So let's go there and do that. So right now I'm on the main WordPress hosting page of NameHero, and I'm going to use my wife as an example for her Cincy business. So she would probably want to go with the starter cloud. It's suitable for about 10,000 visitors a month because she's probably not going to get more than that. So I'm going to click the package, and now I'm brought to a shopping cart page where I need to choose my domain. So I can register a new domain, and this is where I'm going to get that free domain. I can transfer my name if I've registered at maybe GoDaddy and I want to bring it over, which is also free for your first year, or I want to use my existing domain and update my name servers. Okay, so I'm going to do number 3 because I'm going to sign up using my wife's site as the example. So I'm going to update her name servers and set up her site. So let's just use hers. That's her domain, so I'm going to enter in here because I already have it registered. It's already in my account. If you're new, then feel free to register your name. The process is the same. Okay, so once you make your selection, go to Next. Now we can see the package we've selected. It's the Starter Cloud. It allows one website, unlimited storage, unlimited bandwidth, CPU cores 1 gigabyte of RAM, Lightspeed Cache, Cloudflare, and SSL. So now let's talk about the billing cycle. So this confuses some new users, and with good reason. You can see we have a 12-month price, a 24-month, and a 36-month price. For the cheapest option, the best priced option we have is a 36-month price. Why do we do that? Well, at NameHero, it's really hard to keep up with a bunch of $329 a month income invoices every month, and we see this so often with monthly customers. Is it just their credit card goes bad, they forget to renew it, and then their service goes down, then they get mad. So we decided on these packages with the low $3 a month that we only bill at least by the year. Some people, that kind of angers them, but that's just the way we do it because it's easier, because you don't have to worry about renewing it every month. You're going to renew it once a year, once every 2 years, or once every 3 years. That's why we do it. Just makes it easier on everyone. So to get the best available rate, the $329 or whatnot, is a 36-month price. So that means you're going to pay for your website today for 3 years. You're not going to have to worry about it again. Okay, you don't have to worry about renewing it every month. Every 3 years, you worry about it. So that's for the best price. And we reward customers for the longer they decide to sign up. We reward that loyalty with a lower price. So if you just want to go for a year, then just click a year. The price is a little bit higher, but if you want to pay more per month for a lower time frame, all to you. Go do it. I'm going to choose 36 months. Now remember, at NameHero, we're on the cloud. So if you need to upgrade at any time, then we will apply the amount you have remaining to your new package. You're never going to lose this money. And of course, if in 30 days you don't like us, we'll give you your money back. Okay, so we're going to select 36 month. Drop My Site Offsite Backups says highly recommended. These are additional backups. So every night we automatically back up your files, but Drop My Site allows you to have up to 30 days of data backed up. And so this is, really good. I recommend going for it. It's $1.99 a month for 5 gigabytes of backup space. And in my opinion, you can never have too many backups. Just in case something would happen, so maybe you accidentally delete a file and next week you figure out, well, shoot, I deleted it. Where'd it go? Well, using Drop My Site, you can have up to 30 days of backup, so then you just easily roll it back. It's worth it, in my opinion. Next is a dedicated IP address. We talked about this during Bluehost. They only had this offered in one of their packages. It's the option. You can have it or not. If you're going to be using email, meaning if you're going to be sending emails on your domain, then you probably want this. Now, if you're going to be using G Suite, a lot of people do that nowadays. They use Google and Gmail, and they don't have their own email, so they don't need it. So it's up to you. If you want email on your site, I would select this. If you're going to use Gmail or Google, don't worry about it. My wife, she uses Gmail, so we're not going to worry about dedicated IP. You only need that if you're going to be running email. Okay, so now here we get down to the meat and potato of it. With our winter special, the savings is $129.28. So right now we're running a special that saves you off the price. Because remember, this is triennially, so this is every 3 years. So this is the price we're paying. If we divide that out by 36 months, we get the actual monthly rate. We did pay a little bit more for backups here because we want those to have extra backups. And so the regular price would be about $287 for 3 years, and it's going to go down to $158. So for $158, your hosting is covered for 3 years. So it's, in my opinion, it's a really good deal. And the domain is free too, so you're not having to pay GoDaddy $15 a year for the domain. That's coming in free. And now here's your total. So that's the discount that we're running right now. I cannot guarantee when you watch this video if the discount's still going to be available or not. I hope if you watch this video in the wintertime that you still have it's still available. If not, maybe we run a promotion that's similar. I don't know how much the savings will be at that time. But as a disclaimer, we can only offer this coupon as long as it's working in this box. If it's not, unfortunately, the promo is expired. So then you will go to checkout, and you can fill out this form here. We'll go through these fields. So you can see at NameHero, we also put our testimonials coming in from Shopper Approved. As you sign up, you can see what other people say about the whole process. So now I just want to enter in some simple information. So enter my name and email address. I'm just going to enter all fives here. Enter your phone number. Billing address, this is important for your credit card. If you're using a credit card, make sure it's the name on your card. If you have a company, put your company name here. NameHero, 123 Main Street, Kansas City. I'm in Missouri. It's for 106, United States. Select your country if you're not in the U.S. Additional information, how'd you hear about us? We really appreciate this. Being the CEO, I personally look at this stuff every day. Where'd that customer come from? Where'd this customer come from? I want to know because I want to know where you found out about us. So if it was Google, put Google. If it's somewhere else, put other. We like to know. Support PIN. This is a 4-digit numerical PIN used to contact support. So if you call into our support line or if you give us a live chat, the agent might say, hey, what's your support PIN? So I know I'm talking to. Put something in here. I'm just going 1, 2, 3, 4, but put a 4-digit PIN that you'll remember. Account security, this is important. You want this to be strong. So if I just enter like password, you can see it's weak. Use something strong in here. It's still kind of weak, but you want to make this green all the way around. Something with special characters, numbers, and you want to make that go as green as possible because you want to keep your password secure. So make a secure password, write it down, put it in somewhere that you won't lose it. Whether that's a notepad document, and I'm trying to copy and paste one here. Put it somewhere that you're not going to forget it, but somewhere where it's secure. So I like to use a notepad document. And it's not going to give me the green bar now. There we go. So I like to, you like to be 100% secure with your password strength. Finally, the payment details. It says what's total due today, how much you saved, and your payment option. Credit cards, probably the most popular at NameHero. People like to spot their credit or debit. Put their card number in here, your expiration date here. The CVV, it's the number on the back of the card. So in the back, there's a 3-digit code. Put it in here. If you want to use PayPal, you can. But after you complete this, it will take you to PayPal where you can pay. If you use cryptocurrency, Bitcoin's all the talk here in 2018. If you have a Coinbase account with Bitcoin, you can use that and pay us with that. So you'll make your payment after you complete your order here as well. I do recommend reading our terms of service. If you have not, you can just click it and another link here and read through it. It just kind of outlines a lot of stuff we've talked about today, but about refunds and what we allow and what we don't allow. We do not allow adult content at NameHero. So anything that be considered adult or pornographic in nature, we don't accept that. So that's just important to read through our terms, so you know what we allow and what we don't. So we've got a couple policies here. So then once you read that, you just check that you have read that, and I expect everyone to read it, or I'm going to be doing a pop quiz. Just kidding. But no, just give it a browse through. If you're not going to do porn or anything shady, then don't worry about it. But, you should give it an outline at least. And then complete your order. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter my credit card really quick and proceed to the next page. And then I will show you how to, or what you're going to look for after you sign up your account. Just 1 second. Okay, and then after you complete your order, you can see you're brought to a questionnaire really quick. And if you enjoyed your experience with it so far, we appreciate all 5 stars, but you're not required to answer this to proceed. If you don't want to answer it, just click the X. But if you did enjoy your experience so far, we do appreciate these, as well as any message you can leave us to let other people know. This is certainly how we begin the relationship, to being very transparent with our reviews with potential new customers. So if that helped you make your decision, we definitely would appreciate it if you helped others. But I'm going to close this out, and you can see I've got my order number now, and I'm going to proceed to the client area. Okay, and it looks like I've timed out because I sat here too long. It's okay. Just log back in here. I've got 2-factor authentication enabled, and you should too. This is the safest way to keep your account secure. You just simply get a 2-factor code from your phone, an app on your phone that changes every so many seconds. And that way you have your username and password, then your auth code. Okay, so this is the NameHero admin area. I'm going to navigate to my hosting package I just purchased. So I'm going to click Cloud Web Hosting. I've got several in here because this is my demonstration account, but my starter cloud's what I want to click on because that's what I just used. And now if I go to my example site, which happens to be my wife's site, you can see I get a blank page. And that's because the site's ready, but I still need to install WordPress on it. So during this example video, I'm going to show you how to install WordPress, but I'm not going to actually get into configuring the website in this tutorial. Stay tuned to our YouTube channel, or also search our YouTube channel to see a couple WordPress websites I've configured. But for this one, I'm just going to walk you through the WordPress installation. So to do this, I'm going to click Login to cPanel right here on the right. And I'm going to look for WordPress. So if I scroll all the way to the bottom, you're going to see WordPress right here. And this is a bunch of information about WordPress. I'm just going to click Install Now. If you're not familiar with WordPress, feel free to read through all this, but it's kind of boring. Install Now. And now I want to get it installed. So I need to choose my protocol. Remember, we have free and unlimited SSL certificates, but it's possible that it's not set up right away because it takes some time for your domain to resolve. So I just want to choose HTTP www. I can add the secure certificate later on. KCMOWax.com is your domain. I'm going to delete this WP folder because when someone goes to KCMOWax.com, I want them to see her website. I want them to see her WordPress site. I don't want it to be in a subdirectory. So I'm going to remove this. Next, site name, I can change this later. So you can change it now or change it later, but I'm going to change it later. Same with the description. You can enter your website's name or you can change it later. Enable multi-site, ignore that. Next, you want to make a secure admin username and password. So I'm going to make one. I don't like to use admin as username. Please do not use admin as your username because that makes your site unsecure. That's the first thing an evildoer is going to try. So we're just going to try KC. So notice I use the 0 here as the username because that's going to deter some of the dictionary attacks. So we'll use that. And then I'm going to use this lock to generate a secure password. Now I know there's going to be some evildoers that are even watching this video that's going to try to get into my admin area. I'm going to change it as soon as I finish this video. So maybe I'll save you guys and gals out there that like to do that, the trouble from doing it. Anyways, you want to put this in a secure area. Save it in a notepad, save it in a password manager, save it somewhere. Next, your email address. You want to just put your email here, the email that you can recover this password with. I don't want to give out my wife's email across a video, so I'm not going to put it in there. I'm just going to leave it at admin for now, and you can change it later. Select language. I speak English. I'll leave it at that. Limit login attempts. I am going to leave that off. Under advanced options, you can leave the database name how it is. That doesn't affect you. Table prefix, leave that as it is. I like to enable auto upgrade and to auto upgrade the plugins and the themes, because chances are, especially if you're doing this for like a side business, for example, my wife, she's not going to log into WordPress every day. I mean, she's just not. She's busy. So this will keep your plugins and themes in WordPress updated automatically. The sites we see that get hacked here at NameHero are because something's out of date. So if you set it to default backup or to update, then it's going to do it. Backup location, you don't have to worry about this. We back up everything for you. And in my sign up, I chose the drop my site backups, so we don't need to worry about that. Next is the theme. So you can search through these themes. There's some pre-made themes to make your site look a little bit more professional than the default WordPress theme. So you can see here, like, you can demo these. It's not going to send me there. Let's see if I can't. And it didn't get me there. You can demo some of these, rather, to see what they look like. Here goes that one. So some of these are kind of outdated, some aren't. Or you can choose this later. I'm just going to choose it later. I'm going to choose it inside of WordPress. So I'm just going to click Install now. And it cannot write the htaccess. So installation cannot proceed because the following files already exist. Please delete these files or choose another. Okay, so we need to go and overwrite the htaccess. So we're going to select this to let that happen. Now I'll click install. If you get that error, then you can if it's a new site. And it overwrote it, and we're all good. So now when you go to Casimo Wax, you can see this is the default WordPress page. If you've made it this far, congratulations. You now have WordPress installed, and you're ready to get started on building your website. So if I go back to the app installer, you can see the administrative URL. You want to bookmark this, or just remember it's WP-admin, and this is the back end to WordPress. This is where you're going to actually edit your site. So here's what your site looks like, and here's where you go edit it. You can control everything from back here. The first thing I want to do, though, before I conclude this video, is I want to add a different theme. I mean, this doesn't look too good, right? This is the default WordPress theme. So I'm going to click Appearance, click on Themes, and you can see they have 3 of them here. This is 2017, they have 2015, and 2016. I'm sure 2018 is coming out soon, but they don't have it yet. So I want to add something a little bit more customizable. So I'm going to click on Add New, and you can see you're going to get a whole bunch of different themes here. You can build your site like. So I don't want the default. I want something that looks, a little bit more professional, a little bit more salesy. So you can click on Popular and get some of the popular ones. Let's see. So you can click Preview on this, and I'll preview it. So this looks a little bit better. See if she can make her posts about her products on here, about us. Yeah, I kind of like this one. So let's just click Install. It just takes a second to download and actually install on her site. But I really like this actually because we can put the name of her site here, a tagline, and all that. Once it's installed, click Activate. Now it's active. So now if you go back and hit refresh, you can see now it looks a lot more presentable. Now it's not quite there yet because obviously we need to add some content and such, but it's looking a lot better. So we could go through and kind of customize some of these features. And make it like that. So let me show you how to edit some of this stuff. So like the sample page here, you can see at the top, you'll see edit page. And we can change this to say about me. Change this, about me. Okay. And this just changed the URL. So it's now kcmowax.com, such about me. And then you can go ahead and write all about you and yourself, especially if you're like my wife and you're doing this for your direct sales business. You can write about your business here and click Update. Now, remember, when we installed it, we just put my site. So we can go to Settings in General, and we can change this. So it said My Blog, right? So we can just call this Jen Cincy. Buy wickless candles, and she'd probably want to change this to something different, but this is just for demonstration purposes anyways. So I'm going to go here and click Save, and now if I go back to my site, click over here, Visit Site, You can see now I've got, about me at the top here. It's got her header. I got about us. And then we have our first post. So you can see this is maybe a post you would write. So I click edit post, and I can edit all this stuff here. Instead of hello world, I can write and so it's not hello world. First blog. Okay. And then I can type whatever I want my audience to see right inside of here. Click on update. Click here, go back to visit site. And now you can see it says this is my first blog post. Now this big old spacer, this is for an image. So if I want to change that, I can click on edit post and click set featured image. And then I can find an image that's similar in size and replace that. So now I have that big ugly image. Maybe for example, or for my wife's example here, that would be an example of a product that she has or a product she's selling. So it will look like, a Scentsy warmer or just one of the products that she's featuring. And maybe this is a blog post about it. And let's see here at the top here, maybe you want to add a menu that says to buy now. So I could go to, actually I want to go to her Scentsy site here, and I'll just do it in general settings. Here's what her Scentsy site looks like. So maybe I want to add some of these menu items over to here. So for example, scent. So maybe I can go over here, click customize, and you can see I've got all this stuff of what I can do with this theme. I'm just going to ignore that right now. This helps you drag and drop it. Actually, we'll just install it now. This helps you drag and drop some stuff into the theme itself. So we'll just activate it, make our life a little bit simpler, right? Okay, let's go back here to customize, appearance, theme, customize. And now I can kind of drag and drop some stuff. So I can really take advantage of this theme. So you can see that you can set this title from the customizer. So stuff like this. Action button now is maybe browse scents. And I want to grab this link right here under sent. I'm going to copy link address, paste it into here, apply changes, and then maybe we'll have another one for join my team. Join my team, paste. Now I can choose if I want this to open in a new window, and maybe I do. So we'll click new tab, apply changes. Let's go back and do that here too. New tab, apply changes. Now I can publish. And just show you an example here. If I go back to my site, close this, Jen Scentsy visit site, you can see it's starting to look more like a website now. So browse scent, it's actually going to go to her website then where people can browse the products. And same here, if someone wants to join her team, they can now click join team. So see, it's kind of making a customized site. So you now have the front page, the blog, and about me. And we can go through here and we can customize everything about the site right in here. Now, obviously, she's not going to have some of this, so we can delete some of it. But we can really customize the site, dragging and dropping it, and really turning this into something spectacular for a site. So, like here, we've got this menu at the top, and she's got a blog here, which is the blog page that we originally designed. But maybe we wanted to add 3 features here and maybe some more of these menu links. And you can also change this title here. And we do all this by clicking customize. And so we can go back to this. And I like to use just her basic website as a guide, so you can kind of, place some emphasis on how Scentsy actually sets it up and make your site customized. So this is just a good example of how she'd want to go about doing this. And you can edit all this. So like this, you can browse icons. If you want to look at something different, maybe you want this to be some type of scent. Let's see if they have like a candle. No. Price. Let's look for just like something simple, like a tag. Oh, like a tag here. Like here. And so like we could do something like, when it first loaded, they had a special. Yeah, like these bring back my bar specials. We could copy link address and we could put rounded background, extra large. Change this here to bring back my bar. And then we could add some description here. And then we click add element. Make it a link. Buy now. And we can put that link to the bring back my bar special. New tab, apply now. And just publish it. And now if we let's close out of here, go back to our site, you can see bring back my bar. Here's a sample and buy now. And it's going to go to her site. And now people can browse it. So it's basically customizing her a website that's going to actually link to her Scentsy site and go into here. And she can go and edit all of this stuff here and make a fully functioning site. So since the purpose of this video is not to customize this site, I'm going to leave it at that. I will do another example of how to make this just spectacular with all the links and stuff like that. So keep checking back. If you want to just redirect it to your main site, maybe you have another site like my wife, you can go back to client area, go back to log into cPanel, type in redirect, redirects. And what we could do is do a permanent redirect, all public domains, put this link in there and click add. And then it's going to redirect her site here to that link. See, so now while we're working on the site, so she can give people that link, that URL, and it will go to her site until we finish building it. And then once we want to go back and work on the site, we just click delete and then just go back and add it and delete it until we get finished. But that's how you do it. That's how quick and easy it is to get your website online with us here at NameHero using WordPress. As you can see, we found us a theme, drag and drop, and pretty simple. It doesn't take any technical knowledge or anything, just following some simple directions and you can get your website online. But that's how we're different than Bluehost, is you get the cloud hosting, you get WordPress optimized hosting all into one. You don't have to choose multiple packages and all that. We try to keep it as simple as possible. If you have any questions, feel free to comment on this video. Let me know, let us know, let our team know. We're available 24/7, 365 days a year. You can call us, submit a ticket, or shoot us a live chat. But thanks a bunch for watching. I wish you a very happy new year and a happy hosting with us here at NameHero.com.